87-year-old woman was taken to a nursing home by a pregnant taxi driver. But when the woman died and her will was read, everyone was shocked. Olivia navigated the labyrinthine streets of the city with a practiced ease, the hum of her taxi's engine a constant companion in her solitary existence. Her hands, firm on the steering wheel, often drifted to her swelling belly, a silent promise to the child within. Each day was a blend of monotonous drives and fleeting conversations, a stark contrast to the whirlwind of emotions that roiled inside her. Abandoned by Daniel, the father of her unborn child, Olivia was left to face the world alone, her family having long since vanished from her life. The neon lights of the city blurred into a melancholic haze as she wondered what the future held for her and her baby. Despite the grueling hours, Olivia found some solace in the anonymity her job provided. Her passengers were a temporary distraction from her own thoughts, each fare a small, self-contained story. She often caught herself envying the lives of those she drove, imagining the warmth and connection they returned to at the end of the day. Her small apartment was a stark contrast, filled with the echoes of her past and the anticipation of an uncertain future. The quiet of her home was oppressive, a constant reminder of her solitude. The streets were her refuge and her prison. Olivia had grown accustomed to the rhythm of the city, the way it never truly slept, mirroring her own restless state. She could navigate it blindfolded, yet each turn felt like a step further into her isolation. Her thoughts often wandered to Daniel, the dreams they had shared, now shattered and scattered like so many pieces of glass. His departure had left a void, a chasm that seemed impossible to bridge, especially with a baby on the way. In the rare moments of stillness, Olivia would close her eyes and imagine a different life. She saw herself surrounded by a loving family, laughter filling the air, her child growing up in a world full of warmth and support. These dreams were her escape, fleeting glimpses of what could have been and what she desperately hoped could still be. But as the city pulled her back to reality, she knew she had to keep moving, for herself and for the tiny life depending on her strength and resilience. As Olivia maneuvered her taxi through the bustling city streets, a profound sense of emptiness gnawed at her soul. Despite her relentless work ethic, the solitude of her life weighed heavily on her shoulders. With each passing day, the absence of meaningful connections became more pronounced, leaving her yearning for something more substantial. The impending arrival of her baby intensified these feelings, as she worried about how she would provide a nurturing and fulfilling life for her child. Her thoughts frequently drifted to the idea of purpose. What was she working so hard for if not to create a better future for her baby? The long hours and endless fares seemed to stretch out before her like an unbroken chain, each link forged from her isolation and fears. Olivia dreamed of finding a place where she and her child could thrive, a community that would embrace them and offer the support she so desperately needed. The fear of raising her child alone, without any form of emotional or familial safety net, kept her awake at night. Every glance in the rearview mirror was a reminder of the life growing inside her, a silent plea for something beyond the monotonous grind. Olivia longed for a sense of belonging, a place where she and her baby could find joy and connection. She envisioned a future where her child would never know the depth of her loneliness, where they would be surrounded by love and opportunity. This vision became her beacon, a light guiding her through the darkest nights. Yet, despite her dreams, the reality of her situation often felt overwhelming. The city, with its relentless pace and indifferent crowds, offered little comfort. Olivia found herself questioning her strength, wondering if she could truly provide the life she envisioned for her child. The weight of her responsibilities pressed down on her, each day a test of her resilience and determination. But within her, a flicker of hope remained, a small but unyielding belief that she would find a way to fill the void and create the future her baby deserved. One chilly evening, as the city's lights began to twinkle against the darkening sky, Olivia received a call to pick up a passenger from an old, weather-beaten house on the outskirts of town. The address led her to a quaint, dilapidated home with overgrown ivy creeping up its walls. She honked gently, and a moment later, the front door creaked open to reveal an elderly woman with a kind, wrinkled face and a slight stoop. Charlotte, as she introduced herself, moved slowly towards the taxi, her frail hands clutching a worn handbag. As they drove towards the shelter where Charlotte would be staying, the elderly woman began to share snippets of her life story. Her voice, though aged, carried a warmth and vitality that captivated Olivia. Charlotte spoke of her youth, filled with dances and laughter, and of her son, Andrew, whom she had loved deeply but lost touch with over the years. There was a wistfulness in her words, a longing that resonated with Olivia's own heartache. She listened intently, feeling an unexpected bond form between them. When Olivia mentioned that her father's name was also Andrew, Charlotte's eyes sparkled with a mix of surprise and recognition. Life has a funny way of bringing people together, she mused, her gaze distant as if she were peering into the past. This shared connection, however coincidental, felt like a small miracle to Olivia. For the first time in a long while, she felt a flicker of warmth and kinship, a sense that perhaps she wasn't as alone as she had believed. Moved by the conversation, Olivia promised to visit Charlotte regularly at the shelter, wanting to continue their newfound friendship. The rest of the drive was filled with comfortable silence, both women lost in their thoughts. When they arrived at the shelter, Charlotte reached out and clasped Olivia's hand with surprising strength. "Thank you, dear, for the ride and for listening," she said, her eyes glistening with unshed tears. Olivia nodded, feeling an inexplicable sense of gratitude herself. As she watched Charlotte disappear into the shelter, she couldn't shake the feeling that this encounter was the beginning of something significant, a turning point in her journey. The promise she made to visit Charlotte gave her a renewed sense of purpose and connection. True to her word, Olivia began visiting Charlotte regularly at the shelter. Each visit became a cherished routine, a beacon of light in her otherwise dreary days. The shelter, though modest, was filled with warmth and the soft hum of gentle conversations. Charlotte would be waiting for her, a smile lighting up her face as Olivia approached. Their bond deepened with each meeting, filled with shared stories, laughter, and occasional tears. Olivia felt a sense of fulfillment she hadn't known in years, as if she had found a missing piece of herself. Charlotte's room in the shelter was small, adorned with photographs and mementos from her past. Olivia would bring small gifts, flowers, a favorite book, or a homemade treat, delighting in the joy they brought Charlotte. They spent hours reminiscing about the past and dreaming about the future. Charlotte's wisdom and kindness provided Olivia with a newfound perspective on her own life, helping her see beyond the struggles and embrace the possibilities. The elderly woman's stories became a source of inspiration, fueling Olivia's hope and determination. One afternoon, as Olivia and Charlotte sat in the shelter's garden, a familiar figure from Olivia's past appeared. Liam, a childhood friend she hadn't seen in years, was volunteering at the shelter. Their eyes met, and for a moment, the world seemed to stand still. Liam's warm smile and friendly demeanor brought back a flood of memories. They quickly rekindled their friendship, finding comfort and support in each other's company. Liam's presence in her life was a welcome surprise, adding another layer of connection and meaning. As the weeks turned into months, Olivia's visits to the shelter and her friendship with Liam became the highlights of her life. The weight of her loneliness lifted, replaced by a sense of community and belonging. She felt stronger, more capable of facing the challenges ahead. Charlotte's influence and Liam's support helped her see that she wasn't alone in her journey. Together, they formed an unlikely but steadfast support system, giving Olivia the strength to look forward to the future with hope and confidence. 3 months passed, and Olivia's visits to Charlotte had become a cherished routine. But one day, the news of Charlotte's sudden passing struck Olivia like a bolt of lightning. Heartbroken, she took it upon herself to arrange the funeral, ensuring Charlotte's final farewell was filled with the respect and love she deserved. The small chapel was filled with shelter residents and staff, all mourning the loss of the woman who had touched their lives in quiet, profound ways. Olivia stood at the forefront, tears streaming down her face, her heart heavy with grief. In the days following the funeral, Olivia discovered that Charlotte had named her as her sole heir. Surprised and deeply moved, Olivia received the keys to Charlotte's old house and a heartfelt letter. In the letter, Charlotte expressed her hope that Olivia would find the happiness that had eluded her own son, Andrew. The gesture was overwhelming, a testament to the deep connection they had shared. Olivia felt an immense sense of responsibility, determined to honor Charlotte's final wishes and the legacy she had entrusted to her. Exploring the house, Olivia found herself immersed in the life Charlotte had once led. The house was filled with memories, old photographs, letters, and personal belongings that painted a vivid picture of Charlotte's past. Among the belongings, Olivia discovered letters and photographs that revealed a startling truth. Charlotte's son, Andrew, was also her father. The realization hit her with a mix of shock and awe, the threads of her life intertwining in ways she never imagined. The house, once a stranger's, now felt like a piece of her own history. With a renewed sense of purpose, Olivia decided to restore Charlotte's house, transforming it into a place of warmth and love. She enlisted Liam's help, and together they tackled the numerous challenges of renovation. Each brushstroke and nail hammered was a tribute to Charlotte's memory and the new future Olivia was building. Through the restoration, Olivia and Liam grew closer, their bond strengthening with each passing day. Olivia found herself wrestling with her feelings for Liam, her fear of trusting again, and the impending responsibilities of motherhood. Yet, amidst the chaos, she felt a sense of belonging and hope, guided by Charlotte's spirit and the love she had found. As Olivia and Liam delved deeper into the restoration of Charlotte's house, they uncovered more fragments of the past. Each room held secrets and memories that revealed the life Charlotte had led and the love she had for her son, Andrew. Among these discoveries, Olivia found a collection of letters and photographs that chronicled her father's journey and his eventual departure. These glimpses into her father's life were bittersweet, filling Olivia with a mix of sadness and understanding. The house, once a symbol of loneliness, was transforming into a sanctuary of connection and history. The restoration process was challenging, filled with unexpected obstacles and hard work. Olivia and Liam spent countless hours sanding, painting, and repairing, their efforts fueled by their shared commitment to honoring Charlotte's legacy. The physical labor was taxing, but it also brought Olivia and Liam closer together. They worked side by side, their conversations filled with dreams for the future and reflections on the past. As the house began to take shape, so did their relationship, evolving from friendship into something deeper and more meaningful. Olivia found herself struggling with her feelings for Liam. The pain of Daniel's abandonment lingered, casting a shadow over her burgeoning affection. She was hesitant to trust again, wary of opening her heart only to be hurt once more. Yet, Liam's unwavering support and kindness were undeniable. He stood by her through every challenge, offering a steady presence and a gentle smile. Olivia knew she had to confront her fears, to allow herself to believe in the possibility of love and happiness again. The restoration of the house became a metaphor for her own healing, each step forward a testament to her resilience. Amidst the renovations, Olivia's pregnancy progressed. She often found herself imagining the life she would create for her baby in this restored home, filled with love and memories. The thought of raising her child in a place so rich with history and connection gave her strength. Liam's presence was a constant comfort, his excitement for the baby's arrival mirroring her own. Together, they envisioned a future where they could build a family, anchored by the love and lessons from the past. Olivia felt a profound sense of hope, ready to embrace the challenges and joys that lay ahead. Olivia's labor came on a crisp, clear morning, and Liam was right by her side as they rushed to the hospital. After hours of anticipation, Olivia gave birth to a beautiful baby girl, whom she named Ava. The moment she held Ava in her arms, a wave of overwhelming love and relief washed over her. All the fears and uncertainties she had carried seemed to melt away, replaced by a fierce determination to provide the best life possible for her daughter. Liam, tears of joy in his eyes, cradled the tiny baby and whispered promises of love and protection. As the days turned into weeks, Liam remained a constant presence in Olivia and Ava's lives. He was there for the late-night feedings, the diaper changes, and the quiet, tender moments that defined early parenthood. One evening, as they sat together in the softly lit living room of the newly restored house, Liam took Olivia's hand and looked deeply into her eyes. "Olivia," he began, his voice trembling with emotion, "I've loved you for so long. You and Ava are my family now, and I want to spend the rest of my life with you. Will you marry me?" Tears filled Olivia's eyes as she listened to Liam's heartfelt proposal. The love and commitment in his words touched her deeply, and she knew in that moment that she could trust him with her heart and her future. "Yes, Liam," she replied, her voice steady and full of conviction. "I love you, and I want to build our family together." The following months were a whirlwind of preparations for their wedding. Olivia found herself immersed in the joyous chaos of planning, choosing a venue, selecting a dress, and sending out invitations. The community rallied around them, offering help and support. Friends from the shelter, old acquaintances, and even new neighbors pitched in, each contributing a testament to the love and friendship that had blossomed over the past months. Olivia and Liam worked together on every detail, ensuring that the wedding would be a celebration of their journey and their future. The house, now fully restored and brimming with life, served as the hub of activity, filled with laughter and the sounds of preparation. As the big day approached, Olivia felt a mix of excitement and nervousness. The transformation in her life, from the lonely taxi driver to a soon-to-be bride and mother, was profound. Each step they took in the planning process reinforced the strength of their bond and the support of their community. Surrounded by love and anticipation, Olivia looked forward to the day she and Liam would officially become a family, ready to face the future together with Ava. The wedding day dawned bright and clear, a perfect backdrop for the celebration of Olivia and Liam's love. Friends, family, and neighbors gathered in the restored garden of Charlotte's house, now vibrant with blooming flowers and twinkling lights. Olivia, dressed in a simple yet elegant white gown, felt a rush of emotions as she looked around at the gathered crowd. Each face represented a piece of her journey, a testament to the connections she had built and the love that had grown in unexpected places. As Olivia walked down the aisle, Ava in her arms, she felt a profound sense of gratitude. Liam stood at the end, his eyes shining with tears and a broad smile on his face. When she reached him, he gently took Ava, holding her close as they exchanged vows. The ceremony was filled with heartfelt words and promises of love and support. Surrounded by the people who meant the most to them, Olivia and Liam pledged their lives to each other, ready to embrace the future as a family. The reception was a joyous affair, filled with laughter, music, and dancing. Olivia and Liam moved among their guests, sharing stories and expressing their gratitude. The community had come together to create a magical evening, and the love and support they felt were overwhelming. Ava, dressed in a tiny white dress, was the center of attention, her giggles and bright eyes adding to the joy of the day. As the night wore on, Olivia and Liam stole a quiet moment together, reflecting on how far they had come. With their wedding behind them, Olivia and Liam focused on building their future. They decided to create a foundation in Charlotte's name, using part of the inheritance Olivia had received. The foundation would support women in difficult situations, providing them with the resources and support they needed to build better lives for themselves and their children. This project became a cornerstone of their new life, a way to honor Charlotte's legacy and give back to the community that had given them so much. The transformation in Olivia's life was profound. From a lonely taxi driver to a beloved wife, mother, and community leader, she had found her place in the world. Surrounded by love and stability, Olivia felt a deep sense of fulfillment. She looked at her family, Liam and Ava, and knew that the journey had been worth it. The connections she had made, the challenges she had overcome, and the love she had found had all led her to this moment. As she watched Liam and Ava playing in the garden, Olivia felt an overwhelming sense of peace and happiness, ready to embrace whatever the future held. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And for more great content, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.